All right, class. So now we're getting into the fun part of designing your shoe. So you're going to open your app, whichever one you have, Photopea or Photoshop. You go create new. Make sure you select letter, which is 8.5 by 11. But for this next step, you're going to select the orientation to be landscape. You want your picture to look just like this, all right? Now hit create. Oh, forgot. Name your shoe. Rob Shoe 1. Whatever you're saving or however you're going to save it, this is what you need to do in order to keep your shoes organized. So I created it and now I have my blank document. So for me, what I would like to do is start at the base. So I'm going to start with my Adidas shoe first. And what we're going to do is resize it to make it bigger so I know how big I need the other parts of the shoe to be. So I'm like, okay, like this part. What you need to do to cut out the part of the shoe that you want is go to your lasso tools. You can pick any one of these. I would probably go with more or less the magnetic lasso because it'll plot your points for you. So I'm going to start at the sole of the shoe. I'm going to go here and then just drag it. So using the magnetic lasso, you'll notice that it plots the points. I don't have to click. It's pretty easy. You just follow the thing. And if you need to click, go ahead and click to help the computer out to figure out what points you want to use. So I'm going to go all the way across because I want to use the full bottom part of this shoe. So as I'm dragging it, I'm taking it across. Now I'm coming up. Remember, when you see that little circle, you have a solid object and you can click. Now you have the part selected on what you need to do. The next step would be to right click or control click, and you want to go layer via copy. Boom. And the way you know it's a copy is if you go to your later layers, turn off that eye, and now you see the part of the shoe that you have. Okay? So basically, this is how you're going to build upon what you want your shoe to look like. You're going to find pieces and parts like that. So let's go back, and I want to use this Jordan 3. There we go. So I want to use this Jordan 3. And now I'm going to rotate it. Oops, sorry, wrong rotation. You can go rotate. Actually, we can flip it. So sorry about this. Flip horizontal. There we go. Boom. Now, what you need to do is stretch it to make it the proper size you need for your shoe. Okay. Now, looking at this, I'm like, okay, I have that sole part. I kind of want to use these leather parts of the shoe. So what I'm going to do is go back, get my lasso, the magnetic one, drag it around the part I want to use, click, and then drag around, click, and click. And you're going to do the same step. You want layer via copy, and then go there. That's how you know your piece has been copied. Now I want to use the front part of the shoe. So whenever you're tracing, always remember to go to the layer you want to work on so that you can use the right layer, because if you don't, you'll have something that pops up that says you can't do this because you're not on the right layer. So always remember, the layer you want to use is the layer that needs to be highlighted, like so. Next step. So I'm going to go back. I really want to use this part of the shoe like this. Same step, layer via copy. Now, if I turn this eye off, I have the shoe pieces I want to use. See? Now, I'm going to have to do some resizing or adjusting depending on what I want my style to look like. That's why I had you all do these sketches so you can figure out what style you want your shoe to look like. So for me, I kind of wanted it to go that way. Next, I'm going to click on this guy and bring it to about right there. So now you see it slowly starting to shape and form into the shoe that I want. So let me pick another part of a shoe that I really was like, I like this part. So far I've used 2 parts. All right, we have to use a minimum of 8. And get creative. Don't sit there and be like, oh, it's impossible. It's not. You just have to become creative. That's all you need to do. So let's see. What part of the shoe do I want to use here? Based off my sketch, I really would like to use this area for the strap. So the same step, get my magnetic lasso, go around it, trace it, go around the piece I want. And once again, what do? Layer via copy. Now, if I turn that layer off, there we go. I have this part of the shoe now. So this is where the fun part comes in. You can tell it's kind of, things are kind of big, nothing's lining up really. But this is where you can have full creative control and you just reshape it to fit the area you want. All right, so if I want this bigger or smaller, or if I wanted to rotate an angle, that's it. You see how I'm able to just move it very slowly like so? And I'm going to bring that piece down till it touches that. And I'm like, okay, slowly getting the shape I want. Now, there's another piece. So hopefully you all can see right here that this is how you do it. You just take the pieces you want, you cut them out, and you lay them in. So let's do the boot part. All right. I'm going to choose this. Let's choose this back bumper right here. All right. So what do I need to do? Stretch it, make it the right size so you can trace it easier. I'm going to go here to my lasso, click on it, and then you just drag. Magnetic lasso, you just drag. All right. There we go. Layer via copy. Turn that eye off. And here we go. So you can notice I have a little piece up here that I don't want. Very simple. You can get your lasso tool, trace around that piece, and hit delete. And then voila, I don't have the piece anymore. Okay, we zoom back out, take this part, and say I want to make this part fill this space. So I'm going to stretch it just a little bit. Like so. All right. Now, this is very important. You see how many layers I have? Not the shoes, but layers. This is where it becomes very important to name your layers. So I can call this, excuse me, double click on it, call it the back heel. All right. This one is front toe. This one is sole. What's the next piece? This one is heel bumper. All right. And this one is shoe strap. So now that you've named these pieces, you know how you can move it. So I want the heel, back heel, to go over the heel bumper. I just move that layer to the top. And there you have it. Little things like that, you all. It's not hard. You're just building upon what you want your shoe to use. And it'll tell you. So far I've used 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let me get one more piece. And then I'm going to stop the recording and then show you how to color your shoes. All right. Let me choose. We're going to rotate it, make it a little bit bigger. And what I want is just this high top part right here, all the way down and around. All right, so it's going to fill up this space. So you're just tracing out the parts you want. So let's go here, click the magnetic lasso, and then you just drag it around the part you want. So let me go here. Click it and go there. It's just going to go around the parts you want. All right. Of course, yours will be better than mine. I'm just doing a short little quick tutorial on how to do this. So we do it again. Layer via copy. I turn off the eye. And you'll have a shape. So now I'm going through, I'm lining it up. I'm seeing what parts I want. And now we can call this the shoe top. And remember, when it comes to using layers, always remember whatever you want on top, you have to move it around to fit it. Okay? And what was the other thing? Remember, we can't have what? Any other branding. So by branding, I mean, I can't have the Air Jordan. So it's very simple. You could just go here and erase it. Oops, make sure you're on the right layer. I wasn't. See how it didn't work? There you go. Very simple. Just clean it up. All right. All right, I'm gonna fix this and clean it up, and then we're gonna show you the next step of coloring. All right. I'll catch you back in a few. All right, class, now we're back. So as you can see here, I have fully completed my shoe. What I did over here in the layers for you is to show you the different parts of the shoe. All right, so if I click off the eye, the Jordan upper, you'll see it shows up and disappears. The middle bubble, that middle bubble is right here. Watch right here in the middle. You'll see it come in and out. Jordan front threes, you see how it pops out like that. Jordan back threes, you see how it pops out like that. The Adidas Pro sole, you'll see that part. The Jordan 16 loop, there it is. Hypermag bubble, you see it blinking on and off the screen. And then the red October front bubbles, you see that. All right, now that we have all that completed, the fun part, coloring. Now, when it comes to coloring, it's very simple. You can select things with your lasso, like so. And let's go with the Adidas Pro sole, right? So we're just going to drag it. Should be easy because it's already traced out. And we're going to just keep following it until we get there. Now, what we can do is go right click. You see the part where it says fill. You click on it, and then you can go here. You can pick a pattern. They have so many different patterns, trees, things like that. Or you can just go simply color. Now, this is where you can just pick whatever color you want for your shoe. I kind of want to go for the gum sole, which is a little brown. So we're going to go there, and we go okay. Wow. Now you see what it looks like. Okay. Now what if I want to add a stroke around it? Same thing. Fill, and you see where it says stroke? Oh, let me bring that on the screen so you can see it. Boom, here you go. You change the color. Want that stroke to be black. You click OK. I want it outside. And click OK, and voila. See how it adds a little stroke around it? Now, everything you're going to do is simply just that. You're going to trace. Oops, sorry. You're going to trace and then fill in the color, okay? I'm going to fill in the color for the other parts of the shoe, and then I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now you see we have a completed custom shoe. Everything is colored. Everything has different little textures to it. There's a ton of different things you can do. I also did the, what is it called? The layer styles for a part of my shoe. And you can use that. I used it for the middle bubbles right here. What those do, it allows me to add different kind of filters and effects. You see things like that. Adding a stroke, making it look bubbleized and raised. And ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. I have a custom shoe I designed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different parts from 8 different shoes. It can be done. Allow your creativity to flow, and you'll come up with something really nice like this. All right, enjoy the project. Can't wait to see what you guys make.